Wow, was that England's best ever performance in a World Cup game? So if you missed England versus Mexico in the World Cup, where were you? In the round of 16 this morning, you missed one of the most chaotic and nerve-wracking games I've ever witnessed. But England are heading to Miami into the quarterfinals against Norway after an insane 3-2 win over Mexico with just 10 men. The game more than lived up to expectations, and even the expected storms that rolled in, delaying the game for an hour, could not dampen the fan spirits inside the stadium. The atmosphere in the Azteca was absolutely electric, and when the game kicked off, England dealt superbly with a loud and very hostile Mexican crowd. But then after 36 minutes, Jude Bellingham had had enough. He wanted to try and silence that crowd. After a beautiful ball in delivered from Saka, Jude flies in with a diving header to make it 1-0. Then, just 98 seconds later, Harry Kane has the ball in the box. And when the whole stadium and country expects him to shoot, unselfishly squares it to Bellingham, who taps it home. 2 goals in under 2 minutes. And Bellingham is the first player to score twice at the Azteca in a World Cup game since Maradona in 1986. And he also becomes the joint third England men's FIFA World Cup goal scorers, level on 5 with Sejeth Hurst. At just 23 years old, it's absolutely unbelievable. But Mexico do not fold at home. After England's defence were unable to deal with a bouncing ball in the box, Julian Quinones volleys an absolute rocket into the roof of the net, leaving Jordan Pickford no chance just before half-time to bring them back into the game at 2-1. And just when England were trying to get a foothold in the game in the second half, Joel Konsa goes in for a solid challenge, but on review catches the Mexican winger with a high foot. When VAR reviewed it, and Konsa is dismissed with a straight red card, and England are down to 10 men with 40 minutes left. So England have 40 minutes left against a relentless Mexican side, but despite this setback, England were not going down without a fight. Anthony Gordon, who was absolutely superb on the wing throughout the whole match, uses his pace to beat the last man on a through ball on the wing. He makes it first to the ball in the penalty box, but is caught by the keeper and wins a penalty. And one man you always want to step up, Harry Kane, buries it to make it 3-1. So safe, right? No. Just minutes later, Harry Kane tries to clear the ball in his own box, catches the underside of the Mexican forward's leg, and after another VAR check, the penalty is given, and Raul Jimenez makes no mistake and slots it past Pickford, who gets the right way, to make it 3-2 and another nervy ending. From there, though, it was an absolute defensive masterclass from England. It was old school, backs to the wall, last-ditch defending. Jordan Pickford was absolutely sensational between the posts and pulled off a number of match-winning saves, but he came out and collected everything in the air and in his box as well, but slowed the ball down when he needed to. John Stones, who came on for Saka when Konsa was sent off, was solid and calm. And Dan Burns came off the bench and will probably have a headache this morning after the number of headers he made as well. Jed Spence, when he came on, made some incredible last-ditch challenges, and along with Anthony Gordon on the right wing, limited the number of crosses coming in. Declan Rice, despite being on a yellow card just 1 minute into the game, was absolutely unreal. And Harry Kane put in another captain's performance, leading from the front, closing down their back line and defending when needing to. But yeah, Jude Bellingham, who picked up another man of the match performance, ran himself into the ground, defending, but also was an absolute threat up front and picked up the 2 goals. But with all the talk being about the altitude, it was the altitude that they needed to be worried about. But every single player on that pitch, whether or not they started or came on, put their bodies on the line. Thomas Tuchel made the subs as necessary to try and keep England's lead. But there were many nervous moments as the 4th official put on 11 minutes on the board for injury time, but England held on firm. And this marks only the 3rd time Mexico have ever lost a competitive match at the Azteca since 1966. But I'm pretty sure something special happened that year for England. But next up, Thomas Tuchel leads the Three Lions to Miami to face Erling Haaland and Norway in the quarterfinals after Norway beat Brazil. But can England do it? Is it coming home? The only downside will be the Konsa red card and obviously the suspension, if obviously FIFA have anything to do with it. And now Tuchel will have another headache at right back, but hopefully we might see the return of Reece James. But also another sad moment after the game when celebrating the win, Jordan Henderson, when jumping back over the advertisement boards, slipped, landing awkwardly on his arm. He needed to be stretchered off with gas and air, but it didn't look great, so we wish him all the best. But England fans, what did you make of that performance? Was it one of England's best ever, especially in a World Cup? Every player put their bodies on the line and delivered an absolutely incredible performance from start to finish. But who was your star player? Is it Jude Bellingham? Let me know in the comments below.